And folks, we're still getting the place put together. I got Janice over here cooking some chicken tinola. The chicken tinola is a pretty good dish. It really is. The smell coming off of there is absolutely wonderful. So I'm looking forward to that. I do like chicken tinola. Not all the time, but I can eat it every now and then. Alright folks, we got this one room set up. Now I showed you the hole, but you know, if you go, you realize you're destroying my audio. Thank you very much. I showed you the hole, and after the gentleman widened it out, you know, and redid the brace out there, we do have the air con in there, and I'll talk about the specs. I think this is a 1.0, but it's got the dual inverter compressor. You know, if it has an inverter, it's supposed to use less electricity. But this is an LG, comes with the remote, and for this size of the room, it's going to be just fine. But listen, don't expect something this small to cool your entire apartment. This is going to cool this room well. The rest of the place, it's not going to cool well. You know, you got to realize the limitations. I was going to go with the 1.5, but it was so much bigger. I say so much bigger that we'd had to chisel another 4 inches out. They were just so much bigger, really, than the one horse. I just went with this one and said, you know what, this thing here, as long as it cools this little room here, that's its function and position. And Fatima's over here looking sexy, running the mop, because we had this whole place dusted up from knocking out concrete block. So she's getting the place fixed up, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to set up the bedroom. Baby, you are so sexy. Did you know that I'm making a YouTube video? Do you want to be on my YouTube video? Why not, baby? Is it because you haven't showered all day? Come on out. They love you, honey. Come on, you're a superstar. Okay, I'll come to you. Look at her, folks. She's so sweet. So sweet. Look at her little mop. Watch her mopping skills. There is nothing that I love more than a sexy Filipina running a mop. I like it when they run the broom, but I love it when they run the mop. It's just the way to my heart. All right, I'm going to show you our bedroom here. And these are basically 2 pieces of Uratex foam. It says a classic Uratex foam. And I can't remember what size these are. I think it's a super... I got a picture. You know what? Boom, the picture's there. But this is two pieces of urethane foam that we've put together. Now, if you go to a place like Divvy Mart and you buy the cheap-ass foam mattresses, they will wear out within a week. Trust me. And your ass will be... You might as well sleep on the floor. But supposedly this Uratex stuff, and I realize that's upside down, this is good to go. And so we're going to give it a try. And basically we've put 2 together and made a big, huge bed here. Because, you know, when you got 2 Filipinas and... Well, we made a big bed. And I think what it is, it's a king size almost, but we're sleeping this way. So, you know, you got Janice here. You got the king, you got Fatima, and the little Force G sleeps over there next to his mother. Okay, so I made a modification to the brand new LG window unit. I think LG would probably be contacting me to try to buy my patent on this. But basically all I did, folks, was stick a piece of cardboard in the top there. No screws or tape required. I just stuck it in there. You know, to bring the airflow down, because it's just basically blowing straight ahead. Now if the unit was down here, it'd be wonderful, but it's way up here, so it's blowing straight ahead. Now it's blowing down onto the sleeping activities, and that's, like I said, that's just a piece of cardboard. Just stuck it in there. I did have to make a slit right in the middle so it would slide back there, but there you go. So there you go, folks. There's a tour around the bedroom here. All right, and you're gonna say, "You cheap bastard." Why didn't you buy a real bed, you cheap bastard? So, everybody in America who only thinks the American way, right? Are sitting there, you're so cheap, you didn't buy a bed, you're sleeping on the floor. Alright. Number one, the way we're sleeping here and the way I've got this set up, this is much wider than any bed that you can buy, right? But folks, let me tell you, when you got two ladies rolling around, you need a big ass wide bed. Trust me, that's the only reason I don't get three ladies, because I'd have to get a damn bed and I'd have to get another piece of foam, and that's the only reason I don't get three ladies. It's a pain in the ass, right? So that's reason number one. I throw this stuff down, now we got plenty of room to stretch out. Reason number two, if you have young kids, okay, a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, what do they want to do? They want to jump on the bed. They're always going to be jumping on the bed like damn kangaroos. Well, if you have a bed up off the ground and they're both jumping, or one of them jumps and hits a stray bounce and it launches them over off the side of the bed into the wall or onto the floor, okay, then somebody's getting stitches and you're going to the hospital, right? Okay, guess what? This bed right here, you see that? Little Forrest G and Maria can bounce on that all they want, and if they launch themselves where they got a six inch drop, much less chance of the toddlers busting their head wide open if the mattress is just on the floor. So that's another good reason. But I understand in the West, people don't understand people in the East, you know. My Thai wife's mother slept on the hard floor. She would not sleep on anything. You give her a mat, she wouldn't sleep on it. She slept on the hard floor wherever we went. That's what she's used to, and that's what she'll do till the day she dies. So in the West, what do? You gotta have a proper bed. You gotta have box springs. You gotta have a mattress. You gotta have one of them memory foam egg crate tops. You gotta have all that shit because that's what you're used to, but really you don't. So this is our setup here. The other good thing about this is that if we move, this is easy to move. Real easy to move. These two mattresses were in the living room a few seconds ago, and then Fatima toted them in here by herself. Imagine if I got a bed, box springs, and a heavy ass mattress. So, and then the last thing would be the cost. This is much cheaper. That's much cheaper. Now, like I said before, admittedly, I bought some cheap ass shit, little bitty thin, roll up type stuff. That shit does not last for a week, and then you might as well just sleep on the floor. You're just throwing money down the hole with those things. I can't remember what I paid. These were like, say $3,300 a piece. 24, just say 60 a piece. So I got about 120 in the big old bed here, but this Uratex foam will last. It's got a warranty. So there you go, folks. There's a look around our bedroom. And you cheap bastard won't even buy a bed for them two beautiful ladies. If those ladies had just come live with me in America, I'd have my big flying bed with a mahogany headboard and yada 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 bullshit.com. I fucking cracked myself up. Oh yeah, check out them custom curtains, folks. We just hung them curtains up, and where we got them from is there's a matching blanket right there, but basically it's a blanket. You see that big white hole? It's because there's a rip in that thing. So I'm gonna have to see if the ladies have any sewing skills to sew this back together. But we bought this at Atoll up in Subic. They're great little blankets. They're fuzzy. They're real light if you're gonna pack them, and obviously they make beautiful curtains. So I'm gonna tell the old lady to head up to Atoll and get us about 8 more of those to use as curtains. Perfect. And then when we leave, if we don't need curtains, we got 8 blankets. Fucking genius I am.